Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a fan-fucking-tastic evening. We've got some content planned. I haven't done a stream. I've been wanting to do one all week, and I just haven't gotten around to doing one. I've honestly, I'll be entirely honest. I've been working on all the graphics, like that intro thing that you saw right there. I commissioned that off someone, but I had to add the credits so you guys know what song's playing and all that shit. Been working on some other stuff. And speaking of that, I might as well offer a quick thank you to the people who support this show right here, the advocates, the fucking advocates, the people who actually go the extra mile to support this show financially and keep this shit running. I really appreciate every single one of you. We got a ton of good fucking people here. We got, my only concern is, like, what if someone tunes in when I'm showing this off at the start and they're like, "Wait a minute, is the show fucking over?" No, the show's not fucking over, but I do want to give a special thank you to the people who support this show, even at the start. Every single one of you, even if you just give $1, like that means a whole fuck ton to me. And so yeah, if you support this shit, you're fucking awesome, and you keep the show fucking running. You're the lifeblood of this show, even if you just watch and drop a like and all that shit. It's all much appreciated. So we'll probably be having a Saggy on. We're going to be having on Saggy Melonz, someone we've never had on this show before, someone we've never had on this goddamn show before. I think she's taking care of some fucking laundry, but I did shoot her the link, so she should be in here to talk to us about all the shit that we have to talk about. It's quite a wide variety of topics, actually. There's a lot of shit to talk about tonight, a lot of important stuff, a lot of not so important stuff. And I think the first thing that we're going to talk about is one of the most interesting things that I've seen happen throughout the week. So good old Elon Musk. Whatever you think about him, I think that he's a very interesting figure. What the fuck? What's going on there? There we go. That makes sense. He's a very fucking interesting figure, a very polarizing figure. I feel like everyone has a strong opinion on Elon Musk except for me, because honestly, I just don't know that much about the guy. I don't know much about the guy. There's not much I can really say about someone who I know absolutely fucking nothing about. Other than, I'm at least interested in a lot of what he gets himself into, because it always seems like he's one of these people whose just name is constantly in headlines. Just constantly in fucking headlines. Whether he's doing something good or doing something bad, who the fuck knows? Yeah, he's a profoundly stupid person. He's a stupid... I've seen some people have that opinion. I also have seen some people who are very left-leaning and very liberal say that Elon Musk is awesome. So it's strange, because it's like, he's not like a figure that's like controversial just down the political spectrum. I feel like there's a lot of people left and right who think he's intelligent, and a lot of people left and right who think he's dumb as fucking dirt. Yeah, Mickey the Fakey. Yeah, you're one of my fucking supporters. Thank you very much for supporting. Fucking, Tony is Ocernian. I appreciate everyone who's in the chat right now. Thanks for checking this shit out. But so what's Elon Musk getting himself into now? Well, seems like he's actually trying to get advertisements into space. Now, this should be the surprise of nobody. Whenever there's like a new fucking frontier, whenever there's a new, uncharted area to be explored, there's going to be people who just look at that and their immediate thought is, well, how can I make a profit off this? And unfortunately, here's the really unfortunate thing about it. Usually this is the only way that anything gets fucking done. Because the people who have a bunch of money and want more money, they're the people who have the funding and the power and the influence to get shit done. That's why colonialization was such a disaster, but that's why it happened, because a bunch of fucking rich people saw a bunch of money in it. And it's going to be the same thing with space. There's going to be fucking space colonialization. Or colonization. I don't know why I'm saying it so fucking awkwardly. But yeah, there's going to be that too. So, of course, there's like people in big business like Elon Musk who are immediately going to go to the idea of like, okay, how can I shove advertisements in people's face? And I've seen some confusion going on around this headline. I feel like some people have been interpreting this to mean like, oh my God, they're going to be like plugging advertisements in the sky. Look, I don't know if they're necessarily going to do that type of shit. Also, I can't imagine how fucking expensive that would be to like make something like there's no reason to put an advertisement out in like the fucking sky where, you'd have to like invest so much money. I don't even know how you could like something like that. It would have to be like a massive fucking satellite. They're not going to do that. But no, basically what they're saying here is for people that go on fucking space travel, for like the millionaires and billionaires that actually can't afford to go to goddamn space at this point, they're already thinking about ways to shove advertisements in there. Like, what the fuck are you going to advertise? Like space McDonald's and shit like that? I'm pretty sure anyone who can already afford to do all that shit can afford to do goddamn anything. I don't think they need to be informed about, oh yeah, you can, get a fucking double quarter pounder and shit like that. Like, do they really need to see fucking advertisements? I'm kind of surprised that they would even want to cater advertisements to people who have that much money, because clearly they don't give a shit. It's not like the stuff that gets advertised to us is the stuff that these billionaire elites are fucking consuming. No, there's no fucking way. I mean, there's probably some fucking people up there who have like billions of dollars who eat McDonald's and shit like that, but I guarantee you the majority are not fucking... They would look at that and they'd be like, no, that's pleb shit. I'm not eating that. What's up, John Duff? We got John Duff in here. We got a bunch of fucking people hopping in here. Hope you guys are having a good fucking evening. I fucking love seeing you guys in here. It's always a fucking pleasure. It's a goddamn pleasure. Oh shit, it's our guest. It's our fucking guest. One second, I'll bring her in here in just a moment. There you are.
My bad. Nothing. I was like, I messaged you. I was like, let me know when you start. So I was killing time on another stream.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shit. I must have been a failure to communicate. I apologize for that.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I was just like, wait a minute. Let me check because it's getting close. I don't want to miss it, but clearly I'm late.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're fucking here because we've had some good discussions before on like Matt's stream and shit like that. So I figured you'd be a good fit for just having on a stream and just shooting the shit with. So
yeah, of course. I'm always down. What we got?
So what's your opinion on Elon Musk? I know everyone has an opinion on him. What's your opinion on Elon Musk?
My opinion is Elon Musk needs to stop messing up my friggin' Dogecoin and get that bitch back up to like 900 so I could cash out and to buy back in. You jerk! You just killed it on Saturday Night Live and then everything else. And Elon Musk, stop messing up with my money. I got $13 invested. Hey, I want it to be turned into 900. Damn it!
When you present a cryptocurrency like that in front of a bunch of normies, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, this rich guy said it. I better go buy it." Like even in a joking manner, it's really weird. It's weird and funny at the same time, but so yeah, you know how he's been really pushing for like, space travel and shit like that, even though unfortunately it's only shit that billionaires and millionaires at this point can do. Who knows what will happen in the future, but he's already thinking about ways to shove advertisements in there.
Of course.
But here's the fucking thing. I'm like, the only people using these services right now who can actually go up into space, they're like people, like I said, like millionaires and billionaires. They're not going to be people who are like going to check out the double quarter pounder and shit like that. You know what I mean?
But they need sponsorships so they can fund these things too. I mean, Elon Musk has a lot of money, but also having sponsorships to back you doesn't hurt.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. That it's really interesting though, because you'd figure a lot of these people would have all the money that they need to accomplish this type of shit. But I guess space travel is just that fucking expensive. I think a lot of people kind of underestimate just how expensive it is. So I get why it's something only certain people can do, but. I don't know. I'm just kind of turned off by the idea that the only like initiative people are taking to actually get out into space is just because of money. It's not because of anything positive. Like, the fact that this world's probably not going to be sustainable for the rest of fucking time. It's not because of anything
not to mention climate changes and everything. Not like they just announced that we're probably only going to have a few more years before we completely fuck the planet.
Yeah. Yeah. Not really fucking surprising, but that's what I'm talking about though. It's like, if we're looking into goddamn space travel, first of all, I think that we should be trying to make this planet habitable for as long as we can. I think that should be the priority. But if we're going to be looking at space travel, can we not just have it be like, oh, hey, go check out the fucking rocks and shit like that? Can we actually have like a game plan in case, in the very likely, scenario that this planet just inevitably becomes fucked and uninhabitable? Like, do we really want our species to end here?
No, I guarantee you, when we're talking about space and stuff, I guarantee you they already have a plan. They just haven't announced it to the public. They already have had this planned about looking for another planet because they know that we're killing it. They've known about this for a millennia. They've known about this for decades, So how long have they been talking about global warming? So they already have contingency plans. So I know for a fact they already have a plan. And if we haven't heard about it, it's because we're not part of that plan. It's going to be only the rich and privileged that are part of that plan to repopulate the world on another planet. And if that's what's happening, or they're trying to build a space station out there so that, we can, save humanity in case something happens. So I guarantee you they already have plans. It's just, again, it's for the rich and privileged because we're not part of that demographic.
See, I'd want to believe that's not the fucking case, but everything that's been shown to me in recent years just, leads me to believe that actually is true. Because, I mean, just the fact that recently it's really weird. It was the thing that made headline news. It's like Jeff Bezos went up into space. It's like, I don't fucking care. Is this really news? Does this qualify as news?
Right? Like it's all a lot of the stuff that they talk about in the news. It's all just distractions because, you hear about it all the time. Like I say this all the time. Like when all those movements happened, a few years back, the Black Lives Matter stuff, they only showed the riots. They didn't show any peaceful protests. They always just showed. They always start like a peaceful protest turned into violence the other night, and it was just like, why don't we focus on the positive then? If like why? Because it's the media. They want us distracted all the time to what's really going on.
Especially since like the internet age, because that's the fucking thing is that like news stations and shit like that, traditional media is dying. So the only way that they can hold people's attention, like especially gullible old people who will believe anything that they fucking say, the only way that they can hold their attention is just by fear-mongering 24/7. So everything that they talk about has to be a story where they give it an angle of negativity. Every once in a while, they'll splice in something cute. It's like, oh, take a look at this puppy that got saved from a tree or something like that. You know what I mean? But
right.
The vast majority of the time, like they only play that shit, I feel like, to make you feel like they're not always doing that. But it's 100% doomerism all the time, nonstop, just fear mongering, especially on like fucking Fox News and shit like that. But all news networks are guilty of that. Let's be entirely honest.
No, that it's 100% agreement there. It's always happens. They want. Yeah, like you said, especially old people. Like, come on now, old people are really getting scammed by people in India that's claiming that the IRS. It's like, how long have you been an adult and don't know that the IRS never calls you?
Tale as old as time. Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. Like they're still doing it. They haven't switched up their tactics. They've been doing the same thing basically since the dawn of the internet. Like there's been a ton of scams aimed at old people, especially since like the internet has started to increasingly become mainstream. So. That's what they do. They prey on old people and young people. That's not just it. It's like preying on like, gullible young people and older people. That's what they do. That's what a lot of fucking con men do.
Yeah, the con men go after old people who don't know about technology and and the law and stuff or things like that. And then they'll go after the young people through video games. Like, hey, if you want to get all these V-Bucks, you want to get free V-Bucks, just click this link.
Wacky dollars, fun bucks. Like, I hate that fucking shit. I hate fake currency. There's nothing I hate more than fake currency. And like maybe we can have the cryptocurrency conversation at some point. But like that's different. But I hate the fucking fake in-game currency. That's shit that really grinds my gears because that has no inherent value outside the game.
That's true. And most of these games too, like Fortnite, Apex Legends. Don't get me wrong. I spent a lot of money on these games just because I'm stupid. But besides the fact that I'm stupid, they don't the money in the certain games, like it doesn't do anything special. You're just paying for cosmetics. You're paying to make your character look different and look customizable based on your personality, which is cool and all, but like why do I have to pay for that? But I still do because again, I'm stupid.
Well, I mean that's the business model of most games these days. And look, I don't have a problem with that type of business model, especially if it's cosmetics. If it's in a game that otherwise doesn't have like a box price or a subscription. The moment I have an issue is if there's a box price or a subscription, and there's like cosmetics that you pay for. I tend to have an issue with that, unless it's like a really modest box price. You know
I agree. I mean? Yeah, I agree. Most of those things, though, it's like free to play games, and I don't mind doing it for free to play games because it's free to play. They got to make their money somehow. Sure. And if it's a game that I really like and enjoy, I don't mind spending money to kind of help it. Like Apex Legends is my favorite game, and I love their company, and I will support them in everything they do just because they're a really great company. So I don't mind spending money on customizations for my characters and stuff because it helps them keep going. So
yeah, sure. I definitely think that there's games that monetize it in more fair ways. It's just I really hate some games like World of Warcraft where they do all three. They have in-game cosmetics, they have a subscription, and they have a box price. And
oh god, yeah.
And they charge you for an expansion every like 2 years, which is not really an expansion of the gameplay. It's basically just paying to be allowed to continue playing the game. I really hate WoW's business model. It's the worst. One of the worst.
I hate it. Guild Wars was kind of like that, but they got a little bit better as far as like what you spend your real life money on. Like they didn't have like the in-game purchases stuff. I think they do now, but they didn't at the time. But Yeah, those games like that, it's like, dude, you're really just trying to bankrupt people.
Yeah, exactly. I hate that shit. I hate when you're like when it's obvious that your entire business model is, you know, based on whales, people who just spend fuck tons of money, and that's all you're fucking aiming for. I don't know. I don't like the idea of that much development time being wasted on just such a small, like, sub 1% of a player base. It's really weird. What's up, Unicorn Blush? We got a troll in the chat. Well, not a real troll, but, you know, a troll.
I like the name though.
Yeah,
Unicorn Blush. I
Unicorns. Hell yeah. I'm gonna bring up another fucking story because why the fuck not? Another thing I wanted to talk about. So I don't know. You're a streamer, so you probably hate Twitch, right? What's your opinions on Twitch? I know, right?
where do I even start, dude? Like, oh my god, like Twitch. So when Twitch first came out, it was strictly for like PC gamers, right? Because a lot of when Twitch came out, I think the console at the time was like Xbox 360,
yeah,
and PlayStation 2, 3,
but
but there wasn't like streaming for consoles. So it was like, if you were a PC gamer, you thrived on Twitch. But ever since YouTube, because again, all these things are competition, ever since YouTube was like, okay, we're going to do gaming streaming stuff now, or we're going to have streaming services now on our platform. And then Facebook was like, well, that's the case. We're going to have Facebook streaming services, and so forth and so forth. So if you weren't part of the original PC when Twitch launched, like, you know, you got competition. But however, like, with that said, like, Twitch is very, like, not even just Twitch, but YouTube too. Like, when it comes to like what I see on the screen, Twitch will finally tell streamers why they got banned. Yep. It's like, all of them should have done that from the freaking start.
This should not be something that's like introduced. And the article makes a point of this over 10 years after the website was made. The website's been around for 10 years now. It's been about fucking 10 years. And they're just now actually telling the people who, mind you, some of them make a living off being a creator on there. They've done this to their partners several times. Not just their regular users, not just their affiliates, but their fucking partners. Some people who make their entire living off Twitch, and they've just... Imagine just walking to your workplace one day. Walking to your workplace is just completely burned down with no explanation on what happened, and you're just expected to deal with it with no explanation at all. That's absolute bullshit.
Right. And YouTube's just as bad, because if you get reported, I had this happen to me once on an old channel that I tried to start up, right? I was doing a live stream, and it got taken down. It got reported for harassment and bullying. And I was like, can you show me where, or at least stamp at what point do you feel like I was bullying or harassing someone? Like, what specific part in this video was considered bullying and harassment? YouTube doesn't tell you that. They'll just say, your video got taken down for XYZ. Okay, well, how about you show me where? Because number one, if I can explain it or test it, I can do it better knowing where the infraction was. But not only that, how do you expect your content creators to get better and know where they went wrong so they don't make the same mistake again?
Like, and that's the fucking thing, right? Okay, so I don't know if my friend Jamie will show up on here, but she could actually give like an anecdotal example, because she actually has had YouTube videos flagged for like privacy complaints, and there was one time in which they flagged it, and they included timestamps, so she was actually able to go in and remove it, and there was no issue with it. But there was another time where she got a privacy complaint on a very similar video, and they didn't include any timestamps. So apparently it's just entirely optional for these YouTube employees. They can flag down your video and just give absolutely no reason why, give no timestamps. The fact that it's optional is just more insulting to me. Right. Like, but you're basically rolling the dice every time. Am I going to get someone who's actually going to take the time to explain and do their job, or am I just going to get a random asshole?
So here's the thing. When I first got monetized, when I applied for monetization, I was rejected. So I had to do an appeal. And I don't know if you've ever had to like appeal monetization, but like, so you have to make a video on your channel, set it to unlisted, and post the link to the appeal to have it reviewed. Because number one, so this is the interesting thing. I did that. I made my appeal video. And technically speaking, I had one viewer, which was me, because I rewatched the video to make sure like I said what needed to be said, whatever. So I rewatched the video, so I had one view. Mind you, it's unlisted, so nobody should have access to this because it's an unlisted video.
Yeah.
So when I got monetized and they said your appeal was successful, I went back to check the video and put it up to private, and I saw that it had now 7 views on the video. So 7 YouTube staff members, or maybe more than one at least, watched that video. Okay,
that's really weird. I've noticed shit like that too, though. When I've had to because sometimes I've had to request monetization reviews on videos that aren't out yet, like my rants and commentaries and shit like that, because I like those to be monetized before they go out. So yeah, sometimes I've been like, why is there 5 views on this? Shouldn't they have only had to watch it once or maybe twice at most?
Right. So it's kind of interesting because the first person or people who watched, who went to my channel to review it for the partner program, they I don't think they actually really looked, because one of the reason why I got rejected the first time was because they said my reuse of other people's content. What? And I'm just like, but it's protected under fair use because I'm a commentary review reaction channel, and I basically everything I use is protected under fair use. And that was one of the reasons they gave for my rights to appeal, was like, if you do this, I'm like, yeah, I do that. So why did you reject
Why'd you even
me?
ask? Why don't you just approve it right there? I don't get that shit. I really don't.
Right.
Did I ever tell you that once I got a copyright striked, not claimed, striked? That's like one of the 3 strikes you can get on your channel. I got copyright striked once before we even went live.
I got a strike too on a video that I made in 2007.
Wow. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. That video sat there for 13 years and just like a month ago got struck. And I'm sitting there like, how did you sit there and let that video stay there for 13 years and now you're just getting to it to strike it? Crazy.
Yeah, it's really sad because with all the crazy fucked up shit, all the harassment and just general nonsense that happens on YouTube these days, the fact that a bunch of YouTube employees are prioritizing things that happened over 10 years ago is just absolutely fucking ridiculous. And it really sounds crazy when you put it in that perspective. It's like, this shit happened over a decade ago and you're fucking tearing someone's head off over it now. Are you serious?
Right. And I wasn't even monetizing. I could see if I was monetized, that would make a little sense to me, where it's like, oh, this channel is monetized and they have one of our videos that they're going to now start making money off of. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I would have probably been pissed, but still would have understood because now I'm monetized, so I could get that. But I wasn't even monetized. This was before I was monetized. They struck me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, it's like I tell you, you can't spell demonetized without demonized. It's very true. Very fucking true. All right. I think we should probably move on to something else. There's other shit to be talked about. Talk about something else. All right.
Bring it on, baby.
Have you heard the tale of fucking Austria? There's a town in Austria called Fugging, or was.
That's kind of funny. I'm not surprised though.
Let me show you. So they recently changed their name to Fugging. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know what the worst part is? This fucking basic ass Arial font. That's their fucking sign, their new sign for their fucking town. Look how basic that is. That makes it seem like it's a town with zero inspiration, personality, or any desire to go there at all. You remove the one reason why anyone gave a fuck about your town, pun intended, and now it's ruined.
Right, I would have, if I knew that town existed, if I ever went to Austria and I heard that they had a town called Fugging, I would 100% have gone there just to be like, dude, I went to a town called Fugging. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. Let's see, it says right here, a 2004 vote on changing the village's name failed. So they've tried this before, and it took almost 20 years for them to actually get this to happen. The mayor pointed out that the name had been fucking for 800 years, and then he said, everyone here knows what it means in English, but for us, it's fucking, is fucking, and it's gonna stay fucking.
Yes. Oh my god, I'm so mad they changed the name. I would have They should petition to vote that back. That's insane.
Yeah, that's obtuse. Like, how could you ruin something so amazing? You know what I mean? It's
right, and you make the best point is that, like, if nobody was going to, like, now that people have heard about that, like, I guarantee you they'd be like, dude, that's a tourist attraction. You guys should have banked on that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, no, they should have made it like their big thing. Like you said, it should have been a major tourist attraction. Like, look, I think the British monarchy is pretty cringe. I think monarchies are cringe. That's a stupid tourist attraction. But having a town called fucking, that's one of the greatest things I've ever heard in my life.
Exactly. It's like that one town. I forget what it's called. I don't know if you heard about it, but there's a town you can go to where you could pay to be mayor for a day and just do whatever the hell you want. Oh my God. That's pretty fucking awesome. Like, I think, what was it? I think a celebrity or somebody went there and they made like, everybody, they made heterosexual relationships illegal. Oh shit. Damn. And they paid to do it. It's great. I mean, it doesn't matter because somebody else can come in, or when they leave, I think they change it. But yeah, you could be a mayor for the day and make. That's really funny. Laws. Yeah, that's really fucking funny. I'm not a troll. I'm just. What's up, Grampy Lobster? Hope you're doing well this evening. Hope everyone's having a good fucking evening. What do you guys think about censorship on YouTube versus Twitch? Like, which one is more censored? Definitely. Well, it depends on YouTube. Certain things. YouTube. Really? Because I think it's Twitch. I think it's Twitch these days. Well. So I've watched the Zack Snyder Justice League whole 4 hours on Twitch watch party. Had no problem. You can't do that on YouTube. That's true. Well, I mean, okay. Yeah, but there's like 24, I don't know, there's not so many of these anymore, but even just a year ago, there was like 24-hour like Family Guy live streams where it's just streaming like Family Guy, or like they had a King of the Hill and Ed and Eddie and all these other fucking shows. It was just like 24-hour streams of full-on cartoons. So I think it varies from time to time, honestly, because you used to be able to play all the copyrighted music you wanted on Twitch, and that was awesome. But now you can't really do that anymore. They're cracking down. It's weird. I mean, it's like hard to say because both platforms do kind of censor you to a degree. Like that. Did you hear about that whole new policy on Twitch where you can't say simp? Oh my God. Yeah, wow. That's a thing on Twitch where they definitely don't like, hearing that word. It's a derogatory term, and they don't want it on the platform anymore. And then on top of that, you have like YouTube, which will legit hold your comments for review if you say certain words. So, I mean, I would say if I were to say which platform censors more, I would say YouTube, because they legit hold people's comments for review. Oh yeah, like every single day I have to go into because I go reply to pretty much every single comment, because if I have something to say, I'm not just gonna say something to say it, but I try to reply to somebody if I have something to reply to every comment. So every single day I have to go into the hidden the ones that YouTube automatically holds, and there's for each video there's gonna be 5 or 6 comments because someone's gonna say fuck or something like that YouTube doesn't like inherently, and I'm just gonna be like, wow. Because I like to be right on that, because I don't want people to think that I'm the one holding it. That's the fucking problem I have with it more than anything, is I want people to think that I'm holding their comments just because YouTube's fucking, full of shit and wants to do it. And then let's not even get into the ads and monetization, because now that I'm monetized, I'm starting to realize some things our channels, for the most part, to be monetized, you have to have, I think they said you have to have your channel set to not for children or something. Yes, exactly. Right, but if it's set for not for children, why can't ads play when I say the F word? You know what I'm saying? If I say the F word in the first 5 minutes of a stream, they're like, nope, this is not ad friendly. So it's funny you mentioned that, because YouTube sent me a survey recently twice in one day, and I answered pretty much the same thing both times, because just to add some hope that maybe someone would read it and take it to heart. Mm-hmm. But I really wish they put more of an emphasis on, those categories that don't really mean much, but kind of do, at least in the algorithm, like comedy, that type of shit. I wish they had way broader categories, and I wish that they put more of an emphasis on categories. So that way channels fit more within, that way they were grouped up more with channels that fit their niches and shit like that. I wish that there was that sort of thing. And that way, because I'd love to see, you know what I'd really love? I didn't even mention this. I would love to see it so that you could subscribe not just to YouTube channels, but also to YouTube playlists. So if I only like one thing that someone does on their channel, I can just subscribe to their playlist instead of their channel. I would really like that option. I think that would be a really good idea. That way, instead of just having a channel follow a category, you can have playlists follow categories.
make YouTube channels more like actual TV channels again, so people can have different shows and not a million channels. That's my idea.
That would be a good idea, actually. I actually would like that idea too, because there's certain like YouTube channels that they have like different things they do on their channel. Like sometimes, for example, like sometimes I'll do drama, sometimes I'll do reviews, sometimes I'll do reactions, and sometimes I do my little shorts at work and stuff. So I put those in playlists. So if people only like my shorts, like videos with my boss and stuff, they could just tune into that.
Exactly.
That'd be convenient.
Yeah, because it like doing a variety of content. Like I don't mind doing it because I'll flip the bird to the YouTube algorithm. I'll make it on my own. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna play the YouTube game. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. But like it just like because of how YouTube works, it inherently does hurt you to have a variety of content like that. Because I do my call-ins, I do my podcasts, I do my rants and commentaries. I do all types of shit on this channel, a variety of content, because that's the shit I want to do. I don't want to just talk about the same thing every single day, wear the same shit every day like goddamn Fred Flintstone, like I'm in a fucking sitcom. Don't want to do that shit. It's too much.
Ooh, but I could actually address that question because I was really big into the Power Ranger community, so I know a lot about that. So kind of yes and no. So Saban isn't too much of a stickler when it comes to copywriting Power Rangers, as long as it doesn't hurt the brand. So, for example, there's a YouTuber who makes like adult versions of like kid-friendly shows, to say. Like he did an R-rated version of Power Rangers, which was very well done. I loved it. I thought it was a really good take on the Power Rangers series. However, they used the F word. The Black Ranger was into drugs. They basically talked about how, they swore a lot. It was really good, but because of all of that, Saban was like, nope, not for the brand. I don't want people to get it confused. And he was like, nope, you can't do that. I think when it comes to certain properties, certain people who own the copyrights, as long as it doesn't hurt the brand, because let's be real, for those of you guys who don't know, technically speaking, cosplay is something that could be considered copywritten.
Yeah, technically.
Right. It's technically copywriting. However, it's also free promotion, so they usually don't care. But if it's something that's going to hurt the brand, they tend to be like, no, you can't do that. But I think with Saban, he was pretty lenient with that stuff until, like I said, it hurts his brand. So that's...
You think that they'll crack down on sexy cosplayers eventually? It's like, hey, you can't be sexy, Elsa.
No, because sexy cosplayers get platforms and it's promotion. They're models basically, and it's like, I think with cosplay, if they start going after cosplayers, I think that's why they don't, is because cosplayers are fans, and if they start going after fans, it's gonna hurt their brand.
That's true, yeah, because they're like mega fans. People who are like a lot of cosplayers, like high-end cosplay, like that. You can tell puts a lot of time into it. Yeah. Obviously, there's a lot of time put into that, so you don't want to like alienate people who are willing to put in that much time to like show that they're fans of something that you've made. That's a good point. I don't think it'll ever happen, but
yeah, they would never do that because it would put a very bad taste in a lot of the fans' mouths. Like, really, you're going after cosplayers now? They're a little smarter than that for sure.
I just want to read this out because I was kind of reading like this article a little bit more.
Yeah, we got sidetracked. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Because there's only a few things I wanted to bring up anyway. Apparently, it's because like some Danish YouTuber was talking about this shit that they ended up going with a name change, which is really stupid. Like just because some YouTuber brought it up and made a few jokes about it, like they decided to change the name. But here's the really funny part: the following month, signs with the name were vandalized back to fucking. So the people there don't want to even be called, at least like, I don't know, I assume like probably the younger generation, or maybe it's even the older people who are like set in their ways, but yeah, the people are set on calling it fucking instead of fugging. Like, I don't know, it sounds like a fucking Chicagoan saying it now. It's not like it's really that much different anyway. Like fugging, right?
It's just stupid that they have to change the name because of a YouTuber, of all the reasons why. Like
a YouTuber. Yeah.
Oh god, YouTubers are ruining everything.
They are. I know that's a joke, but it's not that far from the truth in all reality.
They do, man. YouTubers, they don't understand especially the bigger YouTubers. They don't understand the weight they carry, like the voices they have, and the people that just eat it up. And it's just like, you have a responsibility to be, self-aware of what you're putting out there to your audience. Like, I'm very open and real, so like I put all that out there, like, hey, I'm a little crazy, so if you guys sign up for crazy, then there you go. But I'm also not going to ever make a video calling for somebody to change their freaking town's name. That's insane.
Yeah. It's really fucked up, like, because it doesn't even mean the same thing in their language that it means to us. But what? Just because, like, that's the weirdest fucking thing is, like, I really love the original mayor's response, the one who replied in like 2004. It's like, no, it's been fucking, it's fucking, and it's gonna stay fucking. It's like, god damn, what a Chad. It's like, what the fuck happened to that mayor? They must have voted him out or something, or he got like thin skin, because it's really stupid. Like we said,
he is my vote.
Yeah, he's got my vote. I don't even know. Man, imagine he's just like the worst fucking person ever, and the only thing he's like really, based on is the whole fucking thing. But I don't know.
We'd be like, oh shoot, we voted him in. Damn it.
Damn it. It's all right. He was a one-issue fucking candidate.
Right?
All right. I'm gonna show you another fucking story because there's some crazy shit that was going on I don't live here anymore, but in my old hometown. There's some crazy shit that's been going on. I don't know if you've seen all the weird like anti-homeless infrastructure that's been like occurring in America lately, but
New Bedford, New Bedford, where?
This is Massachusetts.
Oh, I thought so. I was like, wait a minute, is that out here?
Oh, you're from around here too?
Yeah, I'm in Boston.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing that now. Yeah.
Wait, you're in Mass too, right?
Yeah, I'm in Massachusetts.
Oh, we're getting bubble tea soon.
All right. Yeah, no. Hey, it's a small fucking state, so when I hear someone's in Massachusetts, I'm like, whoa, holy shit.
Dude, I'm meeting so many people online that are from here, like all these YouTubers. I'm like, how are we not having a meetup right now? Like, well, a pandemic, but still.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, things will get better, hopefully. We'll see. Hey, take a look at this. Look at this. This is a bunch of people are pissed off about this left, right, and center. This is what's going on in the city. Like, what do you guess that this is, just based on looking at it?
Something to prevent cars from crossing over.
Oh my god, that makes way more sense than no. This is actually just so homeless people won't step there.
Oh my god.
So what they did was they took this really like this old ass cobblestone that used to be in the city, and they smeared a bunch of fucking cement over it, and they stuck some other cobblestones diagonally. So people are pissed off at this because rather than like fixing up the roads, rather than fixing up potholes and shit like that, they're just doing this.
I mean, it's New Bedford. Are you really surprised?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
It's really New Bedford.
Wow, I can actually like to say that to someone on stream and have them understand. It's like, yeah, it's a fucking shithole.
My half sister, she used to live out there, so I know all about New Bedford.
Oh, it's fucking terrible.
It is. That's why I'm not surprised, man. They have the most dumbest logic out there. I can't stand people from New Bedford. If you're from New Bedford, I probably like you. You're probably the very rare people out there, but most people out in New Bedford are just
Yeah, they're fucking stupid. I know the majority. That's why I got the fuck out of there. That's why I don't live there anymore, because like there's a bunch of fucking morons there. It's a trashy place. Let's be entirely fucking honest.
It is.
It's definitely one of the trashiest places in Massachusetts, for being entirely
honest.
It
is. Like, you know how we have like hoods, like legit hoods, like in Boston, like we have projects.
Yeah,
New Bedford is an entire hood. Like that entire city is just a hood.
Yeah, you're totally fucking right. And that's the fucking thing. Like, rather than fixing up their parks or their infrastructure, or, doing something actually to help with the homeless issue, they're just doing this fucking shit. It's like, yeah, we can't have panhandlers. It's like they're gonna do it regardless. It's just like the only difference is they might end up fucking breaking a leg at this point, and that's not really gonna change anything. Like, and you know what else? This isn't just like an anti-homeless thing either. Because like I go around with a fucking bicycle and shit like that, so it doesn't matter because I'm not around this area anymore. But if they did this around where I live, then it'd be a fucking pain in the ass because I don't have a car. I go around on a fucking bike, and I prefer to go around on a fucking bike because it's a lot cheaper to get around. So if I can, I will. And like this makes it impossible for me to get the fuck around too. So it's not just like, oh, panhandlers are going to suffer because of this. It's people who walk around the city. It's people who bicycle around the city. It's anyone who just is trying to fucking get around. And rather than try and do anything about the fucking issues, fix our infrastructure, fix the homeless problem, They just go with this, something that fixes nothing. It's just a waste of everyone's time, a waste of resources, and a waste of the workers' time, most importantly.
Right. You know what easy way around this, though?
What's up?
The easiest thing around this for the homeless people, just get a wood plank, and you can find them. They throw them out all the time. If you can find a store, get a wood plank and just rest it on top of the stones. Now you have a place to sit.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right. Yeah, the people are just gonna do that type of shit. They're totally gonna do that goddamn shit.
They'll find a way.
My Streamlabs link is dead. It should be fine. I might have to update it if I like misspelled something. I don't know. I'll check.
Stream Elements.
Yeah, you use that? Yeah, I've never tried that shit out. I might try that shit out too. Stream Elements.
I like Stream Elements. It's kind of simple to use. I was using that before I was monetized for like donations because everyone was hounding me that they wanted to give me money, and I was like, why? Why do you want to give me money? They're like, no, please, we want to support you. I'm like, okay, I'll set something up.
Oh my god, I just read the bullshit excuse here. The hope is to make the median strip as safe as possible. It's just not safe to have people walking on a median strip in the middle of heavy traffic. Well, the point of this strip in the middle of the road, the point of these is so that, when there is heavy traffic, someone can, walk over to the middle and kind of wait there and then, get to the other fucking side. It serves a purpose for fucking pedestrians and people on bikes and shit like that. It's not like it's something that was designed by fucking... Look, the dumb fucking architectures who made fucking New Bedford, I know they're dumb as shit, but they're at least smart enough to know that there had to be places for people to walk. You know what I mean?
If they started this entire thing, this last year, we had X amount of numbers of reports of pedestrian accidents because of this median issue, which is why we did this. But they didn't even start that. We're like, well, we think it's safer. Okay, but is it safer? Like, what are the statistics that made you guys spend taxpayers' money to put up? Because unless people are actually in danger or have been in danger crossing in that area, what the hell is the point?
I guarantee you statistically this is going to lead to people getting harmed more than ever because they're still going to have to goddamn cross. And I've already seen videos on Facebook and shit like that of people, walking around there basically like they're on fucking stilts. And it's sad. It's fucking sad. Just entire architecture project done to just inconvenience people, and not even just the homeless people that they're targeting, but just people in general. Absolutely fucking shameful. But you know what? I figured out the solution. Do you remember moon shoes?
Moon shoes.
Wait, you do? Oh my god, you... Wait a minute.
Moon shoes.
Yeah.
Shoes. Oh man, I will be honest. I wanted a pair, but I never was able to get a pair.
I had a pair of moon shoes.
I remember them. I wanted one so bad.
Yeah.
Moon shoes. Oh god.
Oh man, they were both. They were. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to make my decision on them. They were both terrible. They were a disappointment for sure, but they weren't as bad as you'd imagine them to be. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I have mixed feelings on moon shoes. Wow, what a controversial statement, I guess.
I mean, as a kid, you don't know any better, so they're fun. True. But as an adult, you're just like, why were these fun again? Oh, I could bounce a little? Cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, now we know the real purpose of moon shoes.
Yeah, to walk in New Bedford Street.
Can you imagine walking down with fucking moon shoes downtown? It's like, excuse me, please take off your moon shoes.
Excuse me, ma'am, you're gonna have to take off your moon shoes. Well, I have to get across the street. The median's blocked. No, ma'am, it's there for a reason. You can't use your moon shoes.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
God, that's awful.
Yeah, the moon shoes.
Freaking New Bedford nothing that comes out of New Bedford news is ever good.
No, it's never good. It's never anything fucking good.
Always garbage.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh yeah, no, we're happy to answer questions, by the way. This is a fucking show where I like the audience to feel, appreciated and involved. I don't want them to feel even if I don't care if there's 3 people watching this or 300 people watching this. I'm going to answer what you guys have to say, regardless of if you're donating or not. I appreciate you guys. You fucking matter to me. And, if you guys want to show that it's the same in reverse, you guys can drop a fucking like. I really appreciate that shit. Drop
that like. If you're here, like it.
So I do want to talk about one more thing, and then we can wrap this shit up, because it is getting a little bit fucking late, and honestly, I'll be entirely honest with you. I just kind of want to get stoned and pass out after this shit. But
I feel you.
Yeah, 100%. That's I mean, that's pretty much what I do after every stream. But I do want to briefly touch upon this because I don't know, I'd feel awkward if I didn't touch upon this. This is really important in the grand scheme of things. But the military-industrial complex keeps on spinning. Still more fucking troops being sent out to the fucking Middle East, and none of the fucking parties are doing anything about it. Really fucking shameful. This is something that should have ended like over 20 years ago, and we're still fucking fighting.
I was just gonna say, is this is still going on? Like, I thought everything was done like 10 years ago.
Well, people, I mean, okay, they were trying to pull out troops for a while, quote unquote, pull out troops, but it turns out that they were really just moving people around the whole time. But yeah, now they're just putting out more fucking troops again. Again, they're going out there in the Middle East, and because apparently there's been a few cities, or I believe that there was a couple mentioned in this article, that have been seized by the Taliban. That's a word you probably haven't heard in a long time. Yeah, man, this seems like an article that I could have like read the headline, and it could have been like from 2005. You know, it says some things fucking evolve, some things stay the goddamn fucking same. This is really fucking sad and shameful. Now look, there's good thing. There's actually one or two good things going on in politics right now, where the infrastructure bill is probably one of the best bills that's been talked about probably in this country in a very long time, in any of our lifetime. So be excited for that at least. But the fact that we're returning to this all while actual progress is being made just goes to show we can never celebrate a fucking victory long. We can never fucking celebrate a fucking victory long. 3,000 troops. That's nothing to shake a stick at. God damn.
Right. 3,000 people still not coming home. Like, what?
Yeah. Well, no, these are probably people who did come home and now they're already being deployed back out, or entirely new fucking people who have never been deployed before, who are going to have to fucking see the horrors of whatever the fuck's going to await them. It's sad. It's really fucking sad and shameful.
Yeah, I thought this was all done. Like, okay, all right, U.S., thank you, I guess, for keeping the troops over there. I don't know, like, why? I don't get it. Like, is the oil all gone? I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, that's the fucking crazy thing. We've got all these politicians who are like, we can't spare money for like better infrastructure or to like help homeless people or X, Y, and the other, but we can spend money on this shit, the same shit we've been wasting money on for 20 fucking years. It's like, God damn.
They don't care about the homeless people. That's just taxes. They don't have to.
They don't care about any people except for themselves. They don't have to give.
Yeah, it's all about, like I said, anyone who has money. That's where it's at. They don't care about the little people. Although I will say, during the pandemic, I was very happy to get all that money. So thank you, government, for at least doing something right.
Something at least, yeah.
So at least something. They should have structured it better, though. I'm not gonna lie. I was very like like they should have done it a little bit better than they did the first time around. I get like they did what they could, but it's like y'all could have done that so much better. Like if you were gonna give out stimulus checks, that's cool. But like you should have put a halt on everyone's bills. Like everyone's bill should have been held until this was dealt with.
No, I agree 100%. Like the fact that there was only some states in which people were, because okay, I know there was like several states where they were like, landlords that can't charge you during this fucking time period, and if they do try to charge you, we'll fucking do something about it. I know that was the case in some states and not all, which is terrible enough as it is. But they weren't taking into account, like, if you tell your landlord no during that time, it's not like, it's not going to stain that relationship. They're going to treat you probably shittier in the future if you go ahead and do that type of shit. They're going to see it as, like, snitching or something like that. So, I don't know. There's so many times in which, like, the pandemic was affecting people in which the government just completely glazed over it, didn't care about it, and just acted like it wasn't a fucking problem. And that's what really worries me is, like, what if we get a scenario which is even worse than the pandemic, hypothetically, one day in our lifetimes? It could happen, could not. But are they going to react even worse than that? Like, are they going to react even worse? Or are they going to react at least a little bit fucking better when something worse happens? That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, same. But did the landlords, I'm not sure, but did the landlords get a package as well? Like they could apply for some relief money if they own property? Because
I'm not sure. I'm not one.
If they didn't, then they should have done that if they were going to tell landlords not, because the landlords have to pay for everything too.
That's true. So, yeah. No, I mean they should have definitely done that if they were going to do that. But the fact that it's even a fucking question and that it was ever even a question to begin with, like you said, like all that shit should have been covered. Like there was money for it. There was
exactly, because it's like if you're gonna tell landlords they can't collect money, well, the landlords also have bills to pay as well. So why didn't you, if you didn't, like, why didn't you offer them a package deal so they can be secure? Because what was going to happen is, okay, they're not collecting money. They can't collect money for this month. But where is the dotted line signed where they had to not charge you for all that missing months?
I don't know. It just fucking mysteriously disappeared out of nowhere. We got Das Boot. What's up, Das Boot?
Das Boot.
It's Chuck Norris. Holy shit, it's Chuck fucking Norris. Holy crap. The Republican Party didn't want to do anything. Senate Democrats had to get what they could. Yeah, no, I mean, like, okay, when it comes to the infrastructure bill, I think some Republicans actually did vote for that, right? I mean, it was probably like the neutered version of whatever they were trying to push, but at least, you know, some people fucking voted for that. It's progress. It's, you know, it's change. I'll take it. I'll take whatever the fuck happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Elon Musk just needs to make my Dogecoin go up so I don't have to worry about these things
Yeah,
anymore.
come on. Where the fuck's Dogecoin? Where's Dogecoin at?
I don't know. My boss told me to invest in it, and he has a lot of money in stock. So I was like, okay, I'll listen to him. But hold on, let me see where my Doge. I think let me see what my Dogecoin is looking like right now, because that's the only stock I have. Oh wow, it went up to 334. It was down at 200. Now it's going back up a little bit. So yay, Dogecoin. But I only have $13 in it, so I'm not too bothered by that.
Jesus Christ.
Not bad for $13.
Have I ever told you about Von Helton? That Von Helton guy.
Von what now?
All right, I've got a short clip. There's this dude on YouTube who is an absolute fucking insane. Well, he's not on YouTube anymore. He was. He's just an absolutely insane conspiracy theorist who hates me and thinks I'm like an underground reptilian. And he's threatening to sue me and my friends for like $12 million when he wins the lottery someday. He's making this threat that like he's gonna win the lottery one of these days and just be able to sue me.
Sue you for what?
Okay, because I've criticized some of his crazy conspiracy theories on my show before, and I've called him out on it.
Oh my god, another one of those. I need to sue my criticizers. Yeah, I've already, trust me.
Oh yeah, look, I don't know how long you've been making content, but I'm sure you've already encountered your fair share of those because they're all over the goddamn fucking internet.
Oh no, I just did a GoFundMe for my friend who's being sued for something similar. So.
Oh my god! Wow, that's fucking.
Yeah.
I hope it works out for your friend. I did see that you reached that goal. That's fucking awesome. I'm glad you smashed that goal. That's really.
Dude, impressive. I have a powerhouse of an audience, and I'm so blessed that they are amazing. And we don't. I hate cancel culture. And even if I don't like someone, I don't like them being canceled. Like, don't get me wrong, if they get canceled, I'm not gonna cry about it, but I will fight for them.
I mean, a lot of people get heat unreasonably so. So like that's what I try to look out for. Is like the people who get fucking shit on if they've only made like small mistakes or not. In some cases, like they're just getting shit on for the wrong reasons. I feel like I don't know. The internet's a very black and white place, and I just look at everything in shades of gray. So sometimes I feel like I'm not welcome here just for that reason alone. You know what I mean? I try to hear people out and see different perspectives and. I don't know if that's always welcome. I feel like sometimes that's the unwelcome perspective.
No, you're not allowed to have different perspectives. You have to just be 100% complicit in one person's opinion. Otherwise, if you're not, then F you.
I'm an independent thinker. Thank you very much. All right, we'll take a look at this real fast. I'll show you this crazy guy who tries to fuck with me on a regular basis.
With the law, yes. And they've been doing it for 12 years. They've literally stole my children for 12 fucking years in a row, and nobody's doing jack shit.
So just to give a bit of context, the entire point of what he's talking about here is that he's lost his children 13 times because of CPS has been called on him because he's been a neglectful father for his entire goddamn life. He's a terrible fucking father. And as a result, he's lost his children 13 or 12 or something close to that goddamn times. And he doesn't take responsibility for it himself. He doesn't, blame anybody but the people around him. He blames his family. He blames the people online. And he claims that's the basis for that he's going to sue people on, of all things.
He's going to lose.
Yeah, well, first of all, he doesn't have the money because he lives in a fucking trailer. He doesn't have any goddamn money. He just has what he can to get by. And like, look, whatever. But like, if you don't have jack shit when it comes to money, don't go around and threaten to fucking sue people like with millions of dollars.
I mean, CPS has a record of everything. So if he's gonna sue, CPS will just be like, "This is why we took him. This
13
times. Here. this is why we took them. This incident here, the police were called at this point. Like, I'm sure he'd lose. He'd be wasting his money.
Von Helton's a scumbag, pure and simple. Yeah, that's the easiest fucking way to put. Someone asked, why is there a Star of David in the background? Is Von Jewish? No, that's actually. I think this is actually being held on one of his friends' streams who is Jewish. So I guess that's the reason why. But yeah, I don't think anyone on this panel right now is. But Vaughn doesn't have a channel of his own anymore, so he has to like squat on other people's streams.
That's why I contacted the governor's office, and I said, "Look, here's what my situation is. Here's what they've done to my mother. Here's what they've done to my kids. Please do something." Okay. Well, the governor's office hasn't done shit in almost a year now. So what happens? Here's what happens. If I go into that courtroom on the 12th. And I do not get my fucking kids back, I am suing the governor of the state of Kentucky for.
I love how the two people that are on camera look so uninterested in so anything. Right, they're just sitting there. Like, one dude looks like he's on his phone right there. The guy on the bottom, like, I don't know why I'm here anymore. Like, what am I doing with my life?
Want to know why? Because this type of shit, this crazy shit, is a regular thing for Vaughn. That's probably why they're here, to just listen to his fucking delusions. And even they aren't impressed by this. They're just like, yeah, go on, keep coming on, keep. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! He thinks he's gonna sue the fucking governor. That's crazy. It's not going to work out for you, buddy. I'm sorry.
$12 billion. And then I guarantee you, Rosalie, the second I file that lawsuit, that governor is going to have an army of fuckers down here in Clay County firing people because he isn't going to lose $12 million.
What? Okay, I don't know where the $12 million is coming from. That's the most interesting thing to me, is like he keeps saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to sue for $12 million. What $12 million? From what are you going to get these $12 million?
And why do you need $12 million for, like, what do you need $12 million for
exactly. Even if you win the lottery, I'm pretty sure you're not going to get, like, $12 million. Like, maybe
no,
$1
when
million.
You win the... Yeah, when you win the lottery, they take taxes out.
That's true. They take a big chunk out of that. It's like 30% in some states.
Right. I won $1,000 on a scratch ticket once, and I only got, it wasn't too bad because it was only $1,000, but I got like $970.
Okay, that's not bad. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be like a significant cut. If it's that much money, it's going to be something that you're going to fucking notice. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because I'm sure the more you win, the higher percentage they take out, too. That's what
I've heard. I assure you he isn't. Okay. And then finally shit will get done. Because, see, apparently that's what you have to do in order to get shit done around here, apparently. You know, it's horrible that I have to even do that. I shouldn't have to do that. The governor should have sent people down here to investigate why in the fuck they've been abusing a model citizen for 12 years. Why they drove a man's wife insane. And like I said, now I found out that I'm not the only one they've done that to, that they've done other men's wives that way, driven them insane and put them in mental institutions. Oh, wow, what a shock.
So this guy's been criticized on the internet for like well over 10 years. I'd say it's like 15 years at this point. And that's the really crazy thing, because I've only like talked about him and criticized him for about like 1 or 2 years at this point. Probably like closer to 2 years. But he just conflates everyone who's ever like criticized him together as like one group of people. He acts, it's like a very tribalist way of looking at things, very black and white. It's like there's people who support me and people who don't like me. I hate that type of thinking. It's really fucked up.
Right, or just a bunch of different people catch your videos and realize you're batshit crazy.
Yeah, and he calls himself a model citizen. He's put out conspiracy theories that like the Earth is flat and shit like that. All that type of fucking bullshit. Like,
listen, if people think the Earth is flat, power to them. Like, I don't know what else to say. If you think the planet's flat, like, okay,
what conversation can we really have at that point?
Right, like, exactly. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm pretty sure there's this thing called science that's proven that otherwise. But you know, you go on with your bad self.
No, he's one of those people who thinks it's all a conspiracy, though.
I bet you he doesn't vaccinate either.
Oh. Fuck no. I doubt it.
Of the cases in Clay County.
Thank God, like his kids aren't with him anymore, and they've like outright said to his face that they don't want to live with him anymore. So hopefully they've got fucking vaccinated, and they don't like if they were with Vaughn, they wouldn't have been 100%, because Vaughn doesn't give a shit about that type of thing. He doesn't even take care of things. He doesn't sweep up for himself. He doesn't take out the fucking garbage. He doesn't do jack shit. So I do not fucking have any faith that he would get anyone vaccinated, including himself.
Probably at least that, because you're the 1%. the parents are on drugs. I hear Clay County's got an incredible drug problem.
They have a massive
you have
drug
never
problem.
once tested positive for drugs because you don't do drugs. And
No.
I really believe
no drugs, no alcohol.
Just imagine if you did a little
You
bit
don't have to be a drug addict to lose your kids.
Exactly. That's the fucking thing. You can be a neglectful parent, goddamn stone cold sober. The fact is that you were not paying attention to your children. You were just locked in your fucking room for like to stream on 7 hours, 8 hours, fucking 12 hours in some cases, and you weren't giving them any goddamn attention. You were clearly being neglectful, and there's fucking video evidence of it.
Right.
So get
it's
the fuck out.
You don't have to be a drug addict or an alcoholic to be a neglectful parent. You could just be a bad parent. That's a bad argument.
I mean, being an alcoholic or a drug addict can lead to that type of shit, obviously, if it's a serious fucking addiction for somebody, but like that's not the only thing that leads into being a bad parent. You can be stone cold sober and like be a fucking religious freak and force that shit upon your children, and not I don't know. It's really fucking messed up.
It's a bad argument.
It's a really bad argument.
The irony is, Solar, if I was a fucking drug addict and a goddamn alcoholic, I probably never would have lost my kids to begin with.
You get them back.
What? What?
What
the fuck is that?
Why are people like this? Like,
I don't know.
Like this, sir. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you're an adorable old man, but you batshit crazy. You are batshit crazy.
That's the fucking thing. It's like, I don't know. I'd expect better of almost anybody than this, but he's just one of those people who keeps sinking to a new low every time you see him. It's just like, oh, god damn, this fucker again. What's he saying this time? It's fucking sad. It's really sad, honestly.
I probably never would have lost my kids to begin with.
That's what
the
I'm
fucking drunks and the druggies get their kids back in 24 fucking hours. I get my kids taken away for a goddamn year.
If you were like, hey, I smoke meth, that's what's wrong with me, you'd be like, oh my God, go to counseling. Here's the kids. We're sorry. That's probably exactly what would happen.
No, that's not what fucking happens. Sometimes, but that's not what happens every goddamn fucking time. Don't make it out like that. Because just like I said, there's layers of gray to every situation. It's not just this black and white way of thinking. This is always how it is. That's not how the fucking world works. In some people's mind, unfortunately, it does. In too many people's mind, that's how it is. But that's not how it is in reality.
So in most cases, when there's children involved that are taken away from a parent who has like a drug addiction or alcohol abuse, they don't. Sometimes they will release the kids, pending that the parents do stuff. Like they have to go to rehab.
They actually have to show a willingness to change.
Right, they have to show the willingness to change, and that's basically what it comes down to. But dude, if you've gotten your kids taken away 13 times,
yes,
then you're not gonna get your kids. Like, first of all, hold on, let me just, my brain just hurt.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let me process this. So, what his argument is drug addicts and alcoholics have their kids taken away, and they get released back to the parents in 24 hours. You had your kids taken away 13 times, which means you had them back each time for them to get taken away. Exactly. So what are you talking about? You've gotten your kids back and lost them again. The fact that it was 13 times instead of just 2. Because I think after like the second time, if you get your kids back and they get taken away again, that should have been it. But 13 times, dude, and you're complaining about this?
Well, the reason why I kept getting them back is because apparently the courts kept giving them back. Like, apparently his family has some influence with, like, the judges and something like that. So they were kept able to get, like, those kids back in the household. Because it was basically under the pretense of, like, Yvonne's not going to take care of it. Like, his mother was going to take care of it. That's how they kept getting those fucking kids back. But that's the fucking thing. It's
13 times.
13 times. It kept fucking happening, and they just, I don't know. It seems like this is finally the final time. Because the kids are, apparently, they consider them to be old enough to make the decision, like, they don't want to live with them anymore, ever. So, I'm glad it's over with, but he's still fucking bitching about it, still acting like it's everyone else's fault but himself. And that's just, that's really insulting, honestly. The fact that you would imply that, like, me and, creators that I'm friends with are the fucking reason for that to happen. It's like, no, that's on you, dumbass. Like,
right? Unless you have proof that one of these YouTubers called CPS on you, you can't be throwing out accusations.
Exactly. Where's the fucking actual evidence? I'm not seeing that. I'm just seeing 2 fucking uninterested dipshits listening to what you have to say.
That's what I've been hearing.
druggies get special treatment. They get health insurance, everything.
That's what I've been hearing.
If you're fucking hooked on drugs.
Who the fuck's been telling you?
Insurance, bro. Everyone gets free health insurance, including drug addicts. But the thing is with the health insurance is that the reason why drug addicts get health insurance is because they can get Suboxone, so they can stop doing drugs, even though Suboxone is pretty much a government drug. Have you ever seen somebody with Suboxone? Have you ever seen somebody who does Suboxones?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, they're like legit still high, but it's just government issued, and they get insurance, so the government gets like the pharmacy companies get money for people's drug addictions. Basically.
Yeah, Big Pharma gets paid, so they're like, it's okay. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, just, if they're gonna be on drugs anyway, why don't they give the money
to
that's
the
pharmacies?
Why not? No, I mean, I think that like all drugs should be legal, but regulated. That's my opinion.
I think weed is the only drug, and maybe cocaine, because cocaine isn't actually like addicting. I
plan to do like an entire episode about drugs and my opinions on that. Maybe we can have a chat about that sometime if you want. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, because I know a lot about marijuana. I'm 420 friendly. I don't smoke just because weed does the opposite of what it's usually meant to do for like people like me, because I have like anxiety and stuff. But it actually intensifies my anxiety, so I don't smoke it for that reason. I've never done cocaine either, but I know a little bit about cocaine. I know its properties. I know even though cocaine on the surface sounds like really bad, and it kind of can be, but weed and cocaine don't really have addictive traits to it. People think it doesn't. You technically can't get really addicted to marijuana. People think you can, but it's not. It's more like a choice or a necessity if you have mental health issues.
Yo, what's up, Matt? Hey, what's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well this evening.
Oh, Jarbo Smells.
When the fuck are you gonna have Saggy back on your stream, goddammit? When you have Saggy back on?
He doesn't send me links anymore. He doesn't love me.
Yeah, why don't you love Saggy? Why don't you fucking love Saggy?
His audience hates me.
God damn it, Jarbo.
I'm just teasing. I love Jarbo.
No. Yeah. He's a good dude. He's a good fucking dude. If he's doing a stream after this, I'll totally fucking hop on there.
Crazy.
Yeah. No, Jarbo's really
when
good.
they take.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say Jarbo really is a good dude. I love him.
He's a good dude. I really. She talks too much? Fuck no, she doesn't talk too fucking much.
Jarbo, you realize I'm literally like a freaking female version of you, right? Have you not realized that? That's why we get along so well. You talk
Jarbette.
Yes, I'm a little Jarbette.
A Jarbette. I love that.
Yes, I'm a Jarbette.
Over a dirty house, that's not neglect. They're not supposed to take your kids over a dirty house. That's not neglect.
Yes, they are. If there's little shit all over the floor, like that is neglect. Like okay, like having a little bit of a fucking mess, like they aren't gonna give you a shit about that. But like if it's a constant mess all the time and all over the goddamn fucking house at all times, like there's no excuse for that. You need to take care of things. You need to have at least somewhat decently fucking organized. It doesn't have to be fucking perfect, but it has to be fucking healthy and safe and not a fire hazard, most importantly.
Mm-hmm.
God damn. Jesus. I mean, you can get okay. When people say that it's not addictive, that people mean that it's not inherently addictive. You can get addicted in the habit of doing anything. Sure, like you can get addicted to fucking coffee. I actually think that coffee is inherently addictive, I believe. But no, you can get addicted to fucking music or like doing the same thing every day, or you can get addicted to literally fucking anything. If you have an addictive personality, you can get addicted to fucking anything. It's just, it matters if something has an actually addictive property or not.
Right, like tobacco has a natural addictive property to it. So like when you're smoking cigarettes, like I never thought, because I don't have an addictive person thing. So like tobacco is the only thing I've ever gotten like legit addicted to where I can't actually stop, where I mentally and physically I just can't stop smoking cigarettes. Whereas I've smoked pot before. And I stopped smoking pot before. I've never done cocaine, but I also know people who have and they're not addicted to it. Once in a while they partake, but not every single day. It's not addicting to them. They also smoke cigarettes. And then on top of that, like pain medications, they usually say that medications like oxys and things like that, people would always say, oh, don't get addicted to oxys. I'm like, technically speaking, you can get addicted to oxys. but Oxycontin usually makes most people feel nauseous and sick. And with me, I have to take nausea pills when I take those type of painkillers. It's people who get past that nausea aspect, that side effect of nausea. If they can get past that, then they usually tend to get addicted to Oxycontin. Sorry, we kind of derailed. I was talking.
No, it's okay. It's man, you talk too much. You fucking talk too much. No, I'm just
kidding. I'm a jarbet.
No, no. It's been really good having you on so far. Also, Jarbo says you're addicted to booba tea. I've never had booba tea before.
It's good. And first, pause. I'm not addicted. I just enjoy it a lot.
That means
I like good things in my mouth.
Okay, that's one way to fucking put it. Okay, I do want to mention one more thing, and then we'll wrap this shit up. Because I forgot about this one thing. It's really important. I got blocked by a Blizzard developer recently. I got blocked by a Blizzard developer recently because okay, so there's this big dude in the Blizzard community called Asmongold. All that matters is that all you need to know is that this developer he put out a tweet where it's like, this guy sucks, this content creator is terrible, and I think he's bad for the community. And a bunch of people expressed their distaste at that because it's kind of a difficult situation right now because there's a lot of heat being thrown Blizzard's way. And people thought it was kind of in bad taste for a developer to just randomly take a shit on like a well-known community member. And I tend to agree. So I've been going in the comments. I had been going in the comments. And I've been talking to people. Honestly, I've been angry at people on both sides of the fence. I'm just being like, can you stop being such a negative asshole and actually try and provide like reasonable feedback? But also, could we not go around and like block people who are trying to provide reasonable feedback and like conflate them with trolls and shit like that? Because you know what I've noticed a lot when it comes to the internet? There's like a lot of fair criticism that's sent like the way of creators and shit like that when it comes to like movies, films, video games and shit like that. But a lot of it gets ignored and drowned out by the people who are really negative, the people who do the terrible shit like, I don't know, harassment, like actual real like high level harassment and shit like that. And I feel like it's really fucked up because the more that you talk about and give attention to that type of thing, the more likely that people actually are going to be to, go out and do that type of shit. Because they're going to see that's the only thing that gets attention is a bunch of negativity, a bunch of harassment. And then unhinged people are going to look at that and basically say, oh, it's a free pass for me to, get my opinions heard in this really fucked up and really messed up way. And I don't know. I feel like when it comes to game developers and their communities, it has to kind of be like a two-way street where they're willing to communicate with each other and have like an open dialogue and not be so overtly hostile with each other. And that's all I expressed in a very respectful way in the comments. And the developer blocked me anyway. The developer fucking blocked me anyway. So
yeah, they tend to do that because they just they don't want to hear it at all. By the way, real quick though, Das Boots, I wasn't saying that painkillers aren't addictive. I was actually saying they were addictive. Like, but
yeah, no, that wasn't the point of what we were saying.
Yeah, that wasn't the point. I agree with you there. But yeah, developers do. Like anything that people that make something in any industry, they get to the point where like they want to talk smack, but then when they get backlash, they're like, oh, block button. Oh, there's person trolls. Like, then why would you make a tweet in the first place, especially on Twitter, where it's a platform where there's a bunch of people, who have a bunch of different opinions, and they're gonna want to say something. And why make a tweet if you don't want a response? It just like don't just use Twitter to make a post and expect no one to have a say in it.
And look, people are entitled to their goddamn opinions as long as it's not something insanely like calling for someone to be murdered in the street or something like that. For the most part, people are entitled to their goddamn fucking opinions. And that's how I feel very strongly about that. But as soon as this guy was called out by the content creator who he was talking shit on, you know what he did? He privated his account instantly. So I was just having a conversation with the people in the replies to his tweets. And he still blocked me, even though his account was already privated, so I couldn't even see what he was saying. He still took the fucking initiative to go ahead and block me anyway, which is really messed up because I wasn't being hostile. I was trying to be like a neutral party where it's like, hey, can we try and have like a better, like more healthy discussion about this situation? Like, there's a lot of shit going down at Blizzard. It's really serious. It's affecting people's real lives. And I don't believe in just sweeping that under the rug just because someone called you a bitch. Like that's what it boils down to, right? It's like,
right.
Look, I really think it's terrible that people go around and harass fucking developers just because there happens to be other people that are really bad who worked at their company. But I also don't believe in like aggravating and like causing that type of shit to fucking happen. I don't believe in making the situation worse by taking a shit on people like that and just having the worst, like least charitable view on someone whose opinions resonate with a lot of fucking people. I hate that shit. I hate the hostility towards fans. It's really fucking terrible to see that, especially when it's people who aren't trying to be dicks.
Right. I've ran fan pages for actors before, and I will say, like, fans can be way too much and not no boundaries, right? However, like the way I handle it is like on a basis of like escalation, right? So I had a fan that because like I said, I ran the fan page, so I had a fan message the fan page asking for the person I was running the fan page for their personal first they started off by asking for the person's PlayStation name tag, and I was like kind of iffy because it was like I don't know, like he usually doesn't mind saying it, but I was like, okay, I gave it to them, let's say, and they're like, okay, have him add me. I was like, okay, well, you know, he'll add you when he gets to it or if he wants to. And they're like, well, can we get his phone number? And I'm like, well, no, unfortunately, you know, that's kind of personal. His phone number is kind of not something he has public for his fans. But, you know, if you want to get in contact with him, you know, just message here. And, you know, when he gets a chance, he'll get back to you. And then, like, for days and days, they would just keep asking, can you give me his phone number? We want his phone number. We want his phone number. And I got to the point where I was just like, again, I'm sorry, I can't do that for you. But if you continue to ask, I'm going to have to, unfortunately, block you from the page. And eventually they stop. But it's like handling certain fans like that, you have to sometimes, like, base it on the escalation, right? So if a fan asks a question, answer it. Cool. If they're getting a little aggressive, try to be respectful, but kind of push back a little bit. And then if they like continue on, then I think at that point it's probably like appropriate to block, because again, you don't want to miss
of course, like
criticism for a fan just being a little overstepping boundaries. But that's how I handle it, because again, you got to do it by escalation.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. Like that's basically the standard I have. It's like I very rarely block people, but every once in a while, it's like sometimes you got to do it. Some people are fucking obsessive. Like there's just some really weird fucking people on the internet. Sometimes they have to fucking do it. But I don't get being so liberal with it. It's like, I was not rude to that person. I did not step over any boundaries. I did not call them out on a personal level. I was just saying this situation's really fucked up. Maybe we should have an honest conversation about it. You know what I mean?
Right. But, you definitely did not deserve to be blocked. But, you know, that's what it is. Like some people just, you know, they can't take criticism. So they're just like, I don't want to deal with it. It's like, then don't open your mouth on social media. Like, if you can't handle some backlash, like when I just made a post today, right? Where I said, hey, and I did the hashtag LGBTQ, Black Lives Matter, and feminists, you don't speak for me. Now I know that might get me some backlash, but that's how I feel. I'm going to say something. If people want to push back, they can push back. I'm not going to block them, you know, because I opened up myself to that conversation. So I have no reason to be like, well, you have no right to say something. Like, no, I opened up that discussion. That's what social media is. You're opening up for discussion. So when you post something on social media, you expect people to respond, especially if it's a public page.
And look, they should try and respond in a productive manner and not immediately go out guns blazing. But you should at least expect that there are going to be some people who do that. You know what I mean?
And those are the people you block, not the people who are just like, hey, can we talk about this? Oh, no, we can't talk about this. You actually want to talk to me? Blocked, Anna.
Yeah, it's like, get the fuck out of here. Man.
I don't want to talk to you, no.
I just wanted an honest conversation.
No, you can't have one because you're going to ask me questions that are probably bring rational conversation, and I don't want that, so blocked.
I like how it's the same company that's always like, yeah, we're hearing out people who are, you know, of this and that and the other. It's like, well, when you're actually faced with the opinion of someone who you guys claim to be like, you know, big supporters of, you're like, nah, I'm gonna block you. It's like,
I do miss playing Overwatch, but I'm kind of glad I lost the disc, to be honest.
Oh, did you see all the people wanting to fucking rename McCree?
The what?
McCree, like that character Jesse McCree from the game. Why do they want
to rename him?
Because he's named after someone who was involved in that scandal, whose name is literally Jesse McCree. He recently just got fired or left Blizzard. He's named after someone who was at Blizzard and was involved in that Bill Cosby suite. He was just recently released from Blizzard. Yeah, one of the Overwatch characters is so a bunch of people in the Overwatch League are just like refusing to say the character's name now and shit.
Oh, I just looked it up on Kotaku. Interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that, but I guess it just kind of came up, so I'm glad we at least touched upon it a little bit. But I don't know. I didn't want to stuff the docket too much, but it's really interesting. Do you think that he'll get renamed? What do you think's gonna fucking happen? I mean,
I mean, that's a lot of revoicing.
Well, they don't have to necessarily change it because I don't think it's voiced by that guy. I think it's just named after him, so they could just change.
No, I'm saying they have to change like some voice lines with his name in it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Like a lot of the characters say his name.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's true. So, they'd have to get like every voice actor who says his name.
Yeah, they'd have to get it back. They'd have to pick a new name. They'd have like, who cares if it's his name is Jesse McCree? It's like that's the character's name. Like it's named after somebody. So what?
It'll probably just pass. Yeah, like
right.
People, probably.
I mean, there are people still that people name their kids in Germany Adolf. Like, sorry.
Yeah, just some interesting people do that. Hey, some people name their fucking towns fucking. So.
Right. Some people. It's true too. Oh man.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Good combos. We had a good talk.
Yeah, we did. I'm gonna go drop a link in the chat. I'm gonna drop a link to your fucking channel too. But
yeah. We're gonna me go over there and over there.
Go check out because I don't watch many people's channels, so you know if I watch someone's channel, then it's actually fucking good. Yeah, go the channel I just linked. That's fucking Saggy's channel. Go check out Saggy. And the link above that's Matt's stream. Go check out Matt's stream over on $3 Theater. I'll be over there. It's a fun ass time. I'm gonna start doing because I like how Matt does these almost every night. So almost every night that I can think of something to talk about of relevance, I'm gonna start doing these too as kind of like a pre-show. So hopefully we can build up this audience. We've got a good amount of people who already support this channel, so I'd like to give them like regular content and shit. And I do want to say it was just an absolute pleasure to have you on. It was great talking to you. It was good conversations all around, like you said.
Thank you for having me. This was fun. Like I said, when I first met you, I was just like, I like this person.
Me too. I was like, damn. You know what? It's just like we know what it's like to live in this fucking shithole of a fucking state, and it's just like, you know what? I think that that's at least one way we can relate for sure.
Right. Exactly. Friggin' Matt.
It's good stuff. Yeah, it's good. You made 1,000 goddamn fucking dollars. Do you see that, Saggy?
Yeah, I did see that. I jumped on after it happened, which was awesome. And we already know you like doing it every night, Jar, but we get it. Okay?
Yeah, we get it. No, I'm happy for him though. He deserves it. He deserves the fucking support.
No, he's a good dude. I'm eventually gonna have him on my channel to do like a interview thing because cool. He's a good dude. He gets a lot of slack, and I think I'm glad that he's kind of bouncing back. And I really do believe. Me too. Yeah, I believe him. He's a good dude.
He's doing good, like 80 fucking something viewers on most nights. That's pretty fucking good, building that shit.
Yeah,
up.
No, he's getting back. He's getting back there, and like I said, anything I can do to support him, I will do because I do like him, and he's a good person, and he is a hater and killer of dreams sometimes of bubble tea. But
we'll suck off Matt more on the suck off Matt stream. That's apparently going to be happening this Saturday.
Who's doing that? Is it him? Oh, it's Max, right?
Yeah, it's Max.
Oh yeah, Mad Max is doing his appreciation stream of yeah. That's gonna be fun.
Appreciation stream. Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
Right, jerk off Matt. All right. So speaking of jerking off Matt, go check out fucking Hollywood After Dark. I'm gonna be on that. Go subscribe to fucking Saggy. Everyone who subscribes to this channel needs to go subscribe to Saggy. It's better fucking content than I make, at least in my opinion. Go check that shit out.
True.
No, it is fucking. Well, I mean, okay, you're on this fucking stream, so it's a fucking start. I'm gonna make fucking better content. All right. Thanks for chilling out with us, guys, and as always, stay toasty. Bye.
Bye.